with anger, with black humour and with love. Those of you who heard his session, I think it was on Saturday, over his new memoir, Out of Copley Street, will know that these are all the things that he brings to his poetry. Geoff.
Here's a few poems about ice. Adelaide is recognised as the ice capital of Australia. This next poem, True Love, references that use of ice. I met him in the education block at the Youth Training Centre. He had a mop of blonde hair, dull, lifeless eyes, and lay slumped in his seat like a seal. I've got nothing to write about, he mumbled. Write about what you're in here for, I suggested. He rolled the puppy fat resting on his shoulders and said, it's just for robbing a store. You're kidding me, son. How old are you? I'm 13. And how did all this go down? I went into a survey with a pair of scissors and said, give us your money. But the bloke, he just laughed at me. Made me angry, so I thought I'd try and kill him. I swung at his throat, but he moved back and I couldn't get my arm in far enough because of the bars. Then I had to back off. I had to go for the door. The coppers got me just down the road. I really didn't know what I was doing. I'd been on the ice and booze for 5 days. I just really want to get out now so I can get back on the ice. I love it. But of course, it's not just boys that are using ice. There are plenty of women, girls, females using ice too. And this poem represents that side of it. It's called Monologue to a Wayward Niece. I'd like to say too that the Courts Administration Authority and the Chief Justice have organised copies of this poem in large format to be hung in many courtrooms around South Australia, and they're also represented in Tasmania and Queensland. So poetry can have some sort of social usefulness, I think, and these poems are hung in rooms where people sign bail applications for home detention, but also the people that are signing up with them get a bit of an idea of the ramifications. Monologue to a Wayward Niece. Listen, Chrysler, might well be 28 degrees Celsius and a lovely sunny day, but your auntie and I don't want you sitting out here on the front lawn with your home detention bracelet wrapped around your ankle. We've put up a $2,000 cash surety to keep you out of jail, and we don't want you messing up again. You can sit out on the back lawn in the sun, but we don't want you out on display. If one of your old mates wanders past and offers you a chuff on their ice pipe, you'll finish up falling for the 3-card trick and failing your next urine test. Then your auntie and I will have to forfeit our bail money. So come around the back now. You know what I mean? I don't want any arguments and I don't want any dramatics. Now, don't go giving me that sullen face. We're trying to help you as best we can. We both know that no one else was willing to put their hand up again. This is your last chance. You do understand that, don't you? And again, yet another on the same topic. I don't want to bore you to death with it, but it's such a huge problem, and so many families are affected by it, directly and indirectly, and there's no easy answers. This boy I met in a juvenile detention centre. It's called Life with Jayden. At the Youth Training Centre, 14-year-old Jayden sat still for 40 minutes, transfixed through my poetry performance. An hour later in the writing workshop, he kept rocking back and forth in his chair. Stop rocking, I said. Look at me, Jayden. I want you to focus. Slow down, mate. Give me your attention. He stopped momentarily and said, I thought the poetry would be boring, but you talked about family violence and how some women get belted 40 times before they leave. My mum's been belted 20 times. She's had 14 notifications made to Child Protection for violence and abuse. I live with my dad now because they finally split. Mum and Dad are both drug addicts. They've been on buprenorphine for 20 years. Mum sells a bit of grass to help pay the bills, and Dad can't work because he's back stuffed. And me Dad, he'll swallow anything. Purple pills, orange pills, green pills, yellow pills. He just doesn't care. Before I went to live with Dad, I saw him put a shotgun to Mum's face. Come on, pull the trigger, she said. But he just smashed the barrel across her forehead, then jammed the barrel in her mouth. And then it was over. Mum had a bong, Dad sat in the bedroom, and 2 hours later, they were talking again.